Welcome to the Padded Pedal Room with your host, Mr. DiMarzio.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Padded Pedal Room. My name is Mr. DiMarzio, and I'd like to begin this episode by thanking all the subscribers and welcoming the new subscribers. I really appreciate your support. It's your support that keeps me making these videos. Keep watching, and I'll keep making videos. Now, in one of my previous videos, I had a comment from Gary talking about my Vox setup here, and I thought that I'd go through my Vox amp setup with you guys. Now, I have always been a believer that to get good sound, you needed to have a tube amp. I've owned a few Fender amps. I started off with a Blues Junior and worked my way to a Hot Rod Deluxe. I found that the Hot Rod Deluxe had a bit more headroom. It was a perfect platform for pedals. I owned a Hot Rod Deluxe for just a little over 26 years. I recently got rid of it last year. So after searching long and hard for a suitable replacement, I finally decided on the Vox MV50 Clean. Now, the Vox MV series, they make quite a lot of flavors. They have the classic rock, the AC, the boutique, the high gain. So basically you have, I guess, a flavor for everybody. My preference was the clean, so that it would be perfect as a pedal platform, because as you know, I am a pedal freak. What I like about the MV50 Clean is it has that pristine Fender tone. It's reminiscent of my Hot Rod Deluxe. Great clean tone for a pedal platform. It's a tube amp. It's got a new tube. But it is a tube amp. It weighs £1.19. This thing is so light, and it packs a punch. This thing is loud. Like, I bought two because I was worried that one wouldn't be loud enough compared to my Hot Rod Deluxe. The two combined at full throttle, you get about 100 watts. I've jammed with some bands, and I only brought one, and I was only running it at 25 watts, and the volume was not even halfway, and this thing kicked ass. This thing is loud. Now, with the MV50 series, Vox has a couple of different cab models that you can select from. They have the BC108s, which is what I'm using. These speakers are a semi-open back. It's made to have a better bass response. These speakers are 8 ohms each. They also have the BC112. Now let's take a look at the front panel. You got your treble, your bass, your volume. You have a UV meter, and you got your input. Let's look at the back panel. On the back panel, you notice you got your speaker out. You can have you have your attenuator, so you can be at full, you can be at 1/10 or 1/100th. So this makes it really good for those late night rock sessions. I'll tell you that I've been playing with both amps on 1/100th, and nobody hears it upstairs. The kids are still sleeping. You got an EQ setting here, which you got your flat and your deep. And your flat, you're going to want to use when you're using a bigger cabinet. If you're using like a 12-inch cab or a 212 or 412, 410, whatever, anything bigger than an 8-inch, you're going to want to put the flat on. And the deep is a setting basically specifically made for the 8-inch cab. It gives it a bit of a deeper, it gives it more thump, it gives it more lower end. So your actual 8-inch speaker sounds like a bigger, fuller speaker. I find it sounds pretty good. Got a 19-volt power supply for this. You got your standby and on. So basically standby is off and on is on. And you have this is an eco mode, okay? So your eco mode can be on or off. I think this is something that has to do with regulations in Europe that they require electrical equipment to have this eco mode. And basically what it is, if the amp is idle for, let's say, 15 minutes, it's going to shut off so that it doesn't use any energy. So it's economic. And then you have your phones or line out. On your line out, you have a cab sim. So it's fantastic for recordings too. Now, I want to explain to you how you get the different wattages out of this amp. If you're running this amp with the attenuator on full through a 16 ohm cab, you'll be getting 12.5 watts out of it. If you're running it through an 8 ohm cab, you'll be getting 25 watts out of it. And if you're running it through a 4 ohm cab, you'll be getting 50 watts out of it. Now I'm running it through the BC108s, which is an 8 ohm cab. But by running the amp through 2 cabs, you're actually getting 4 ohms. So basically when I'm running the attenuator at full through the 2 speakers, I'm getting 50 watts out of this. So if you put my 2 amps together, I'm actually running 100 watts. This thing is powerful. This thing really, it kicks ass. As I mentioned, I've jammed with this with 1 amp, 1 8 ohm cab. I couldn't even put the volume past half, and it was louder than the bass amp. It was louder than the other guitarist amp. These things are powerful. I would not have any worry if you're a gigging musician. If you're tired of lugging around heavy amps, this is your solution. So let's hear what it sounds like, completely clean, dry, no effects to it, anything. This is with some humbuckers. So I'm going to keep all the pickups completely on full. Now I'm going to just show you here. I use some preamps here. So I'm going to turn on my preamps just so you hear. This is a Fender preamp which runs to 1 amp, and this is the Marshall preamp that runs to the other amp. Let's run it with a bit of overdrive. So let's give it a listen with single coil pickups. That's clean with just reverb on. So let's try with the preamps. Overdrive from the inside. Well, that's a quick look at the Vox MV50 Clean. It's what I've switched to. For me, it's been a perfect substitute for my Fender Hot Rod Deluxe. It's got everything that I need. I like the clean platform. I can attenuate it lower to play at home. I got a lot of power and volume if I need to go to jam or gig or whatnot. It's more than sufficient with this setup. It's good for recording with the line outs and the cap simulation. It weighs next to nothing. It's easy to transport. This is the solution for people who don't want to break their backs anymore. It's got that tube sound. It's got that tube feel. You know, the sag. For me, it's the perfect solution. It's why I changed from a conventional tube amp to these. There's no maintenance. It's great. If you're a gigging musician and you have your full-on amp and whatnot, you know, if you have an amp failure or whatnot, and you have this lying in your bag, trust me, it's plenty powerful. You just pull it out, plug it up, and you're good. You know? So for me, it's my main amp, it's my main rig. I don't need anything more than this. But for you, it could be a backup. Let me know what you think of the Vox MV50. Leave your comments. I hope this episode covering the Vox MV50s was informative and could help some of you out. If any of you have questions, feel free to leave comments, and it'll be my pleasure to answer you. We'll see you next time. Fadded T.